Do you get?
Yes, I understand.
Exactly. So you can't really relate because you're a man. Because what you mean, you don't really like have any business to do with a man. As you cannot, you're not dating a man. But I'm telling you also this thing. Giving doesn't this giving doesn't even really have to be giving financially. Do you get? It can be giving your all, energy, trying to make things work, and this person is just taking, and not even. Do you get?
Yeah, I feel you. I think
I've been privileged to like hear some girls say, "Oh, I give this my man money, and this how it is. He keeps taking, and do you get?"
yeah.
So it's both ways actually.
Yes, it is. I think perhaps we are restricting this wickedness to just receivers. I subscribe to what this tweet says, that for you to that there is a minimal level of wickedness you need to have as a human for you to have peace of mind.
Mhm.
But it's not just this wickedness must not be applied only to receivers. Now, I am speaking from the perspective of a man and from someone that is going to be a father someday. For men, sometimes we have to pretend like it doesn't pain us when we beat our kids. You know, growing up, especially in this part of the world, one of the ways we instill discipline into
Yes.
our children is by punishing them. And sometimes when you punish people, in fact, for you to punish people, you make them feel pain. And if you're not wicked enough, you will not allow them to carry out the full punishment that they are meant to serve. And when you don't allow them carry out the full punishment, they may not learn the lesson that is required of them. So, have you at some point felt that need that, oh, I really love this person, but I am not going to do this for this person, or I'm going to punish this person in this way or in that way, so that they will feel pain and learn from that lesson? Have you ever experienced it, or do you have someone ever done it to you?
As a child, I got a lot of ass whooping. Oh.
From who?
My parents, my mom, because to an extent, back then, I saw it as wickedness, this, that, but now that I'm like a bit matured and grown, I feel like if they didn't do that to me, I don't know how it would have been, because I've been privileged to see other children from other families, and something that I hold so sacred and everything to them is just they
Yeah,
don't care. And I'm like, if they weren't that strict on me, or didn't do that all those ass whooping and beating and punishing.
are you going to be wicked to your child?
Wicked, I won't say wicked, but I know I would definitely be a strict mom.
In what
Yeah.
ways? In what ways?
See, my mom used to say, use the right hand, use the left hand to flog the child, and use the right hand to bring him closer. So yeah, I would always be a strict mom, that to an extent that if my child wants to do something bad, like, oh, I have such mom that won't tolerate this, I should not. That's how it's going to be. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to kill. I won't call it wickedness, but I know that I'll have to like impact like discipline and correction to my child.
So, bringing it back now to relationship, you know, bringing the whole wickedness something back to it. Do you think it is an important title that anyone who is rational should
When
have?
it
Because,
comes to, I
sorry,
won't. Okay.
oftentimes people would say that this person is wicked,
Mm.
and when you look at it, they may not have been wicked to that person.
See, the truth is that be weak. When someone says someone is wicked, like I don't really. What comes to my head doesn't need to even be like wickedness. I don't know if you understand me. Like being evil, wickedness has to be something that should be associated with like evil, like you get being evil. But no, I think it's mainly boundaries and self-love.
Self-love.
Yes, self-love. Okay, yeah, in relationship you can literally be going through shit and be like, oh, I love myself so much that I do not have to like experience this. I need to walk away from this. Do you get? I love myself so much. I value myself and my energy so much that I feel bad that I'm actually like tolerating such things from this person and I need to walk away. That's not wickedness. Okay, I don't know, but I was once like in a crazy relationship.
Please spill this gist.
Crazy relationship where I tolerated like a lot because I I I kept pouring into this person more than he poured into me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When was this? What year was this?
Let's say from 2022. Yeah. So you know when you mean lost yourself, you can't recognize who you are again.
Must have been a terrible experience.
Yeah, yeah, actually it was. So woke up one day and I'm like, do I really have to do this? Why should I tolerate this? I mean, I love myself, I value myself. I do not have to experience this with this person. It's not a do or die affair. So it's okay to wake up and decide to like, oh, I need to look after myself. Even in the Bible, they said love your neighbor as yourself. You have to love yourself before you love anybody. Do you get? In the case of even the givers to self, every time you're giving this particular person or you're giving, nobody cares about how is this giver even getting. How is this person getting? Everybody just wants give me my own, you collect, go. Give me my own, you collect, you go. But have if you notice in the case of all these receivers to say, they barely even ask the givers how they are doing, how they are faring, how even if they're asking you how they are faring, or the next thing you're hearing now is this is what is wrong with me, you I need this.
So they don't actually want to they actually don't even want to know how you fare.
They barely
Someone will
so
say
it's
that you're
okay
sounding
for
like it's transaction and
it's,
you
not-
know.
it's not actually it's not. I'm not saying that you shouldn't help someone or you have to like before you help someone they should care. No, but I'm like it's your power. You really do not have to kill yourself over things that you can't control. Do you get? If you're giving, you can as well wake up one day and say, I'm not giving this today. But the problem is now is that the receivers will think that, oh, this person is being wicked. The problem is that if you start, you will keep, except to stop. And that stopping means you're being a terrible person. And what's not the funny thing about one funny behavior about these receivers is that the day you stop, they forget about the past, how you keep
Yeah.
helping. It's that day that you stop a very, very terrible person. So I feel like at a point you should have this wickedness. So wickedness not being that you should be evil. I mean
Yes.
you should close your heart, yes, to some things. Let those things not touch you. Because I mean I have a family, like I came from a family that has this compassionate hearts. Do you get? Any small issue, any touching story will touch them. And they can carry everything they have and give you. They rather give you to eat and watch you while they starve.
You know they say when you attend to every touching story, you become the next touching story.
Exactly. And the problem now is that nobody will be there to help you. So I'm not saying don't help, but to a certain limit because you do not want to drain yourself for someone else. This doesn't only go to like the beggars of relationship, even families. There are some families that keep taking, that keep draining. Do you get? And at the end of the day, have you ever sat down and asked yourself that, oh, what if I'm no more? What if I was going to get this and I die? God forbid, nobody's dying soon, but something happens, how would they cope?
They will go on without you.
Exactly. So why would I want to? So see, I feel like it's okay for you to call me a wicked person, selfish person. You do not care. You I do not care actually, to be honest. I should not even be caring because I mean, no, they will keep taking from you, and I feel like everybody should have like a certain boundary or a certain limit. If not, you will get drained financially, drained emotionally, drained
Psychologically too.
yeah, energy wise too.
Have you ever been in a situation where you had to be wicked on your own self? Maybe there's something you used to give yourself, you know, but at some point you said, no, I'm not letting myself do this. You know you enjoy that thing, it's something you like, or
Hmm,
you just had to.
let's say I don't know if this counts, but I'm someone that I like shopping. Like I have this shopping addiction or something. I want to buy something new.
Yeah.
I want to buy a dress, and the money in your account is saying otherwise. So you have to stop. You have to punish yourself and be like, no, you're not getting anything now because you have plans for this money. I don't know if that counts, but I think
Yeah, it
it's
counts. It
also
counts.
it's relating to the whole topic and everything. So yeah, sometimes you wicked yourself, or maybe you're hungry as a university student. You're hungry. I know that you've had a meal, and you're like, I want to manage this. I'm not going to eat this night so that I can eat tomorrow morning. It's part of it. So yeah, it's part of it. But I will not call it wickedness. I'll just call it management.
Yes, in the real sense, it is management.
Yeah.
So let's have your final take on everything we've been talking about.
Okay. In conclusion, I would say be kind, but do not be too kind, and be wicked, but do not be too wicked.
Okay, so you've heard it. Once your kindness extends beyond a certain limit, it's no longer kindness. You may be hurting yourself. So that is it on today's episode of Sip and Ponder with Saga is here, and I had an amazing guest, Vivian, on the show. Vivian, thank you once more for coming to Sip and Ponder.
And thank you for picturing me or hosting me.
Even though you gave me a very harsh review. That is it on today's episode. I hope to see you all again. Remember, stay wicked.